Hello everyone, welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Paul. Paul is from Birmingham in the UK. So let's see what Paul has to say. Enjoy the interview. Hello Paul. Hello.
Hey Will.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, finally, I made it. I had some Wi-Fi. What was that Wi-Fi issues right at the last second, but I made it. How you doing?
I'm very well, yes, I'm very well. It's a good day today. It's beautiful outside, isn't it?
It's okay. I think beautiful is a stretch for where I am, but it looks okay, yeah.
Paul, where are you from?
I'm from Birmingham, so
Birmingham.
Kind of Midlands of the UK, yeah.
Amazing. And what do you do for a living?
So I'm a coach. I'm an LGBT confidence coach. So I help people with the challenges that they're facing, the opportunities, professional stuff. You know, a lot of the stuff that I do is around confidence and resilience, especially last year, especially through the pandemic, and you know, like negative talk, like the self-talk, you know, all the kind of crap that we say to ourselves that we wouldn't say to other people, that kind of stuff. Yeah,
I see. And in your opinion, what do you like the most about your job?
It's meaningful. You know, I've spent a long time kind of practicing and studying and developing, and it makes a difference to people. And I see amazing people all the time. I'm so inspired by the people I work with, the changes that they make. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And the focus is in the LGBT community.
So I kind of say everybody's welcome, really. Yeah, but as an LGBT guy, I've got my own history, you know. I know some of the pressures that we have, some of the great stuff, incredible stuff that we have in our community, but I know some of the tough stuff we have, and I kind of see how that sometimes holds people back, you know, from things they want to go and do, because maybe the world has been a bit scary for them at points. So everybody's welcome, but I kind of use my own self in my coaching and help people.
Great, Paul. Very good. So just before we start the game, would you like to tell me something very interesting about Birmingham?
So I asked my friend this the other day. I said, what if Will asks me something interesting about Birmingham? So he did some checking. So I found out the other day that, you know the board game Cluedo? Have you ever played Cluedo, the mystery, whodunit? Oh, it's a cool game. Yeah, okay, there you go. Some homework. You have to play that. But apparently, it's a very famous board game. Apparently that was made here. I'm not very far from the Cadbury factory. I'm about 10 minutes away from the Cadbury factory, so you can go and walk around there. And I've even, when I was younger, been into the secret shop where you can buy loads of chocolate that never makes it to the shops as well. I do things for you.
Good, very good. I like that. Very good. Actually, I've been in Birmingham once since I've been in the UK for the last 14 years now. And I remember I went once to Birmingham with a friend of mine. And it was cool, actually. It was a nice city. And actually, 4 years ago, I was working for Disney World in Orlando. And for Disney, and I met a lovely friend called Jessica. She's not from Birmingham, but she lives very, very close to Birmingham. And she's already participated in the show. Her interview is already released, Jessica, and I put Birmingham because the closest place. And yeah, it's cool. I've got good connection with Birmingham, if you know what I mean.
It's not far. I guess that's what I really like. It's home, you know, so many wonderful friends and family here. But it's so close to London and Bristol and the airports, and so I kind of like that. You're in London, aren't you?
Yes, I'm in London.
Where are you in London?
Actually, I just moved now to Stratton Hill, South London.
Yeah.
But before I wasn't too far. I was just in Brockley, southeast, near close to Lewisham.
Yes. Yeah.
So,
okay.
You know London well, so you know.
Yeah, I used to live in London. I used to live just near Putney, so I haven't been there I haven't lived there for a few years.
East London.
West, I think it would be classed as. But for my work outside of the pandemic, I travel a lot, so I'm in East London quite a lot actually. Well, pre 2020 at least, anyway.
Yeah. Next time when I come to Birmingham, I know when I'm gonna call for to show me around a little bit.
Yeah,
more.
absolutely. Come. I'll take you out. We'll have some drinks.
Good. Okay, Paul. So welcome to William and the Magic Ball. Yes, of course. It's my best friend here. It's quite actually. I think I need to change it because being on my sides from since I started the shoot now. I think a little bit of polishing or changing.
It's great.
Anyway, it's been with me since the beginning of the show, so it's cool. It's cool. Right. So what I'm going to do, Paul? I'm just gonna play a song now, just for us to get in the mood a little bit before the first question. Are you ready?
Yes, very. Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Ready for the first question?
Absolutely.
Let's do it. So the first question, Paul, is good question. Send away a message to someone, but you don't need to tell who this message is for. Just the person who is watching the future is gonna know that this message is for this person.
It's a good question.
Very good.
So I know who this person is. I would say it's thank you for believing. It's thank you for seeing in me what I didn't know existed years ago and sticking with me and helping me to realize it. And this person still does that almost daily as well. Yeah, it's a huge thank you from me.
Very good. I'm sure this person, when watching the interview, is going to be very happy and they're going to know that the message is for. Very good.
Okay.
Let's go for the second question, Paul. Let's do it.
Okay.
Right. Next question for you. Next question is, when was the last time that you cried and why?
So I cry a lot. I cry a lot. The last time I cried that I remember was a couple of weeks ago when I was watching the program It's a Sin, which a lot of people are watching at the moment. Yeah, and towards the end of the show, I cried a lot. big sobby tears. Yeah, that was the last time.
It's interesting to say that because a friend of mine, a very good friend of mine, sent me the link and the picture of the series. And today I was talking to another friend. Another friend told him the same thing as well. So really must watch this because it's very touching. You know, you find it's really powerful. So yeah, I can't wait to start watching it. I saw already the trailer, and yeah, that's my list for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely one for the list. It is really powerful. Yeah.
And was based in London. The whole thing was based in London. The shoot, or
was it based in London?
The story itself. It's
I don't know. I can't actually remember where it was based. I don't think it was based in London. I can't remember. Actually. It's a UK program.
Yeah.
I think it. Oh no, it was based in London. I won't spoil it for you. But some of the characters moved. They're not from London, but they all moved into London. So yeah, it's based there.
Very good. Can you cry as well when you feel very happy sometimes? Good news or something? Yeah.
I cry. You know, on my tombstone, it will say something like he cried a lot. I think. When good things happen to people, like even if it's like like game shows and they win or family reunions. If somebody hasn't seen somebody for a million years and then they're reunited, then I'm done. I'm absolutely done.
Very sweet, very sweet. Right, Paul, let's get another question for you. Okay, Paul, just before the next question, and in your opinion, what's the most challenging part of living in Birmingham?
I guess it's so close to places like London. It's so easy to get there, or I can get to Amsterdam in like over an hour or something. It's crazy. And then I go to all these big cities, and you kind of want to come back and Birmingham to be like that. And it isn't. It's really social. The people are just incredible. We're just such a friendly bunch. But sometimes it doesn't quite have all of the life, that you get used to. But it's changing so quickly all the time. Birmingham. It's getting more and more cosmopolitan and metropolitan and diverse, so maybe that won't be a challenge going forward.
Very good. Right, next question is, what's the biggest risk have you ever taken?
I think it would be about 8 years ago. I decided to leave my job for another job. Maybe even longer. It was about 10 years ago. Okay. And I didn't. So there was another job, and I thought, I think I know enough about this to take it. And I think if I take it, it will mean really good stuff for me, and it will help me on my career. But I didn't know that for sure, and the risk was that I was leaving everything I'd done for the previous decade, and I was like, if this goes bad, it's going to get really bad, and I'm going to have lost everything. So it was just kind of like, I think that's where I learned to take leaps of faith, you know, and just think it feels like the right thing to do. I know my journey, I'm going to go for it, and it worked, and it's just been great ever since. But it was a risk, yeah, it felt risky.
Very good. I think sometimes those risks when it comes in life, that's when you start to feel like, okay, I'm growing up, you know, things are changing now, and I need to get the big steps in my life or big decisions.
So. Yeah, I think so. And I think it helps if you kind of have a sense of where you want to go as well. And then you're like, well, it is a risk, but I know it's taking it for the right reason as well. Yeah.
And I believe as well, I'm very like, everything is about energy, about intuition. I think our intuition is so strong, and you know, sometimes you need to like follow your intuition. Sometimes when you have like things that you don't know what to do, just follow your intuition, see what you feel like doing it. And I think it's a good advice I'll give to people.
I think it's amazing advice, and it's something that I practice more and more. I'm not a master at it, but I tell you what gets in the way. This gets in the way all the time. You just listen to what your intuition or your gut or your heart is telling you. Yeah, I think you're right.
That's true. Ready for another one? Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Okay, Paul from Birmingham. Let's get another question. Right, Paul, how describe a perfect, healthy relationship?
Trust. It's about trust for me, and kind of knowing what the person stands for. You know, like what they're all about, what's special about them. Because you're gonna kind of have good days and bad days in the relationship, aren't you? And you know, you get over the first few weeks of excitement, and then that fades a little bit, and then you're left with like the real person. So yeah, it's about really understanding who that person is and loving that about them, I think, for me.
Do you believe that in the gay scene it's more difficult to keep like longer relationships, like compared with the, let's say, the straight relationship? Do you think it's more difficult in your opinion?
I think that there is a belief that is true. I think it's really easy to accept that is the norm, and like people say stuff, don't they, like how long have you been together, and a couple will say 2 years, and they'll be like, wow, that's amazing. You know, like, I know people that have been together 20, 30, 40 years. I think it's too easy to believe that belief, but I think there is something about kind of not rushing into stuff, you know, just slowing down, finding out about people and really understanding them. Yeah, so that when you're ready to make it something really solid, there is something there really connected.
Very good. Next question. Right, Paul, let's get another question for you. Okay, if you could have a superpower, what that would be and why?
Oh, teleportation. I think I'm such a Star Trek fan. I'm such a Trekkie, always have been, and I just always love the idea of teleportation. Would it get me into trouble? What would I do with it? What would I do if I could teleport? I don't know. That's what I do.
Very good, very good. Another question. Right, Paul. Next question is, again, your idea. What's your idea of a perfect day?
Yeah, do you know, I I love days that are really purposeful. I love days where you've had something planned in the diary and you're excited about it the night before, and you get up early because of it, and you kind of go out really quickly. And the whole day you're engaged in this plan and just being really focused on it. And not every day is like that, like, because you probably get exhausted if you lived every single day like that. But yeah, those kind of days where you really think, I know exactly what I'm going to go and do, and I'm probably going to go on an adventure. Yeah, it would be something about going on an adventure as well.
Tell me something, are you the kind of person that, when, as you said about planning a day, if you plan your day with things that you would like to do that day, if for some reason you don't do it, do you feel guilty afterwards?
I used to, and then there's a guy that I follow online called Jay Shetty, and he talked about kind of when you wake up in the morning, let all of that go, because like what can you do with that kind of energy in your life? Nothing great. So it's just kind of like wake up and think, like, today is today. I am where I need to be. What great stuff can I do today? So that's how I choose to see things now.
It's interesting saying that, because I'm the kind of person that I give myself a hard time. Like if I don't pick the thing that I should have done that day. I mean, not badly, of course. I don't put myself like in a very bad mood but like in the back of my mind, I feel a little bit guilty if I don't do, for some reason, if I feel lazy or if I prioritize something else, but yeah, I'm the kind of person, I mean, work on it, you work on yourself and try to, but it's something that I always feel a little bit guilty.
I think that resonates, and I probably do feel similar sometimes. What I tend to do as well is also look at what I have done. So when I get to the end of the week, there'll be stuff I haven't done, of course, but I do look at what did I achieve this week as well. Always makes me feel a bit better.
Very good. Paul, we're enjoying the show so far?
Yeah, loving it.
Yeah, good. Let's get another one. Right, Paul, what was the last thing that made you smile genuinely?
I received some feedback from somebody that I do some work with. I wanted to volunteer for a charity, and I had to go through a kind of like an application process, and they wanted to speak to some people I knew just to kind of get a feel for me and references and stuff. And the feedback was something along the lines of, what did he say? Something like, you're so lucky that to be able to work with Paul, like he's going to make such a difference. And I kind of read it, like a bit embarrassed and a bit humble, but I thought that's just beautiful. I love that, and I just had this big cheesy grin on my face. Yeah. I think that's the most one of the biggest compliments when you get from somewhere that you're not expecting, or people that you don't know. Exactly. Yeah, because I didn't ask for it as well. So all of that was just somebody cared enough to do that and to write it. Yeah, it made me feel really nice.
Very good. Another question, Paul. Let's do it. Just before the next question, and in your opinion, what's the most challenging part of coaching, being a coach? What's the most challenging part of it?
Not to bring your own stuff into the coaching conversation. So I think one of the things I practiced and learned quite early on was we all have judgments. You'll say something, and I'll remember a memory or a feeling. And that stuff comes up, we're all human, but that's not helpful to the person I'm working with. So it's about, in the moment, recognizing, am I about to say something because I genuinely think it's helpful? Or is it because I'm bringing up some of my own kind of baggage or beliefs? And if that's the case, you need to really quickly let that go. But you've really got, as much as you're listening to the person, you've got to be really monitoring yourself for the whole conversation every single time.
I understand. Oh, interesting point. And do you, for example, when you have, of course, when you're coaching someone, do you find a way to have a barrier not to get too much the energy enough to put yourself in a very down mood? Do you know what I mean?
I love that question.
How do you do that?
years ago when I was training, when I was a beginner, I did exactly that. I helped a person, and this person was in quite a sad place, and I kind of like really got in the space with him, and it just wiped me out for about 2 days. I just felt hopeless and sad, and then I realized I need to find a way that I'm going to be with you and support you, but kind of like alongside you, like just that little bit like distance. Yeah, you're really right with that. And again, you always have to be careful of that every time you work with somebody.
Absolutely. I just guess to that because for like people like you, I admire those people because it must be, I mean, I'm sure you enjoy what you do. I'm sure you enjoy a lot because it's your passion. But at the same time as well, you need to find, the balance, not to get all this energy, and affect your personal life. Because I'm sure people who are like coaching, I'm sure they're very sensitive as well because they can put themselves in other people's shoes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think they need to be very strong or try to find a way not to bring that home or bring that into their personal life.
And especially at the moment, I'm doing it from home because I can't travel. So you're right. And with coaching as well, I can't tell anybody about it because if I work with you, then what we speak about is completely confidential. So I can't ring my friend and say, this happened at work.
Of course.
So yeah, you really have to find a way to be totally with your person that you're helping, but keep yourself in a good place as well.
Very good. Right, next question is, Paul, what does money mean to you?
It means stability. It doesn't mean happiness to me. I think it just can help make things a little bit easier.
Absolutely, I agree with you. Let's go. Next question. Let's do it. Right, next question, Paul. Who makes you laugh the most?
My friends, particularly a couple in particular, we're just so silly. We're just ridiculously silly. We just laugh all the time, every single day, about nothing, or we laugh at ourselves. We laugh at ourselves a lot. Just remembering when we've done something stupid like fall over in front of a group of people or something, something like that. It's just very silly.
And does he live in Birmingham as well?
And it's 2 people, but yeah, they're not too far away. Yeah. So we'll just have Zoom calls and just laugh for hours. And try not to annoy my neighbours by laughing too much.
I'll tell you something now. On Friday, I was at work and one of my colleagues, I was talking about the channel with her, and she started watching some interviews, and on Friday night I got home and she sent me just a little clip. She was watching one of the interviews and she sent just a little bit of the interview, like what she found funny, but her laugh, she was laughing during the video. I'll tell you, Paul, I couldn't sleep thinking about that. I was literally in my bed, like trying to go somewhere else because I couldn't start laughing. Just think about her laugh, the way she was laughing. It's great.
It's infectious.
It's infection. And I couldn't text her because it was quite late already. I said, I'm not going to wake her up, but I couldn't wait to wake up in the morning to send her like a voice message because I was literally dying on the floor. Like this laugh. As you said, for nothing. You just sometimes just don't, when the connection is there, you just laugh about nothing sometimes.
And autocorrect. When I'm texting somebody and my phone will change it to something that I never ever meant to say as well, and it's sending, and you're like, oh, cancel. That makes me laugh as well.
Very good. Let's go for another question. Right, Paul. Next question for you is, if you could be an animal, which one would be and why?
So I love cats, so I kind of like, would it be a cat? I don't know. I think I maybe something that's kind of like a bit silly and flops around. What animal would that be? Like a gazelle? Would it be a gazelle or something like that?
Actually, a dog. Actually, dogs. You see them dogs all around. You know, like jumping around. When you go to
I
the
don't
park.
think I'd be a dog. I don't think.
No?
Oh, I know. Hang on. On my coffee mug. Where is it? Maybe a giraffe. Could be a giraffe. Yeah, they're cool. Giraffes are cool.
That's funny. That's funny. Right, Paul. I have 3 questions left for you. Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Let's do it. Next question is, what motivates you the most in life?
It's my sense of this might sound a bit over the top, I don't know, but it's my sense of purpose. It's my sense of what difference do I want to make. You know, I want to have a really fun time while I'm here. I want to enjoy myself. I want to be nice to people, but I want to do something more than that. You know, I kind of really want to help people. And it's taken me so many years to realize that. It's so simple now, but it's just taken me so many years. And that just helps me take chances, you know, and reach out and do stuff that maybe I wouldn't, find adventures that maybe I wouldn't because they feel a bit scary, but I'm just going to do them anyway.
And what's your star sign, just for curiosity?
I'm a Leo.
Interesting. You like to be in charge?
To a degree, and I think Leos are quite they're performers as well.
Very creative.
Yeah,
they're very creative.
Yeah, but sometimes it feels a bit risky to do it. You know, it's just but I'm just got to do it anyway, because you know otherwise you're just going to get to a stage where you think, why did I not do it? Because I was a bit scared. Like it's not enough.
It's a better, as they say, it's a better way of feeling like oops than if.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
It's better like oops than if. You know, that's a good one. I like that. Cool. 2 questions left. Let's do it. Just before the next question, so when you're what's the right? Why people look for you for when you what their needs? If they look for you to, you know, for as a coaching, what's their big, let's say, issues? What's the main thing that they look? They reach you.
Sometimes it's on something like really specific, like do I leave my job or do I go for this new job? I'm just so confused, I don't know what to do. And then sometimes it's a lot less specific. It's like I'm really struggling with my confidence, and the first part of what we might do is understand, well, what does that actually mean for you? Because that's just such a huge thing. No wonder you must find that really overwhelming. So we'll look at, well, what does that really mean? How does it hold you back? What do you want to do in your life? And we'll work on that as well. It's just so many things. Things like, you know, I'm not confident in the gym or going out into LGBT spaces, pubs, clubs. So, and I really want to kind of be a part of that and have fun. So so many different things.
Very good. Okay, next question is, if you could have a team with a fictional character, who that would be and why?
If I could meet up with a fictional character.
Yeah, just have a cup of tea. Which one?
So I know who this is. Can I cheat? Can it be a group of fictional characters, or is it just one?
Just because you are for Birmingham, I'll let you get another one.
Okay. My favourite TV show in the world. Have you ever seen The Golden Girls?
I haven't watched it, but okay, another one in my list. Yeah.
Yes, put it on your list. So it's a program from the 80s, the mid 80s, about a group of women, older women, and they don't act like older women. It's kind of a bit like Friends, a little bit. Okay. They have loads of fun. They're active. They're kind of all glamorous. They've got active sex lives. And it's just really, really fun. but the characters are so funny. And there's one lady in there called Dorothy, and I would love to meet her. Just go on YouTube, Dorothy from the Golden Girls, and watch her best bit. She's really dry, but she's really funny as well. I'd love to have some dinner with her. Just laugh.
Okay, cool, very good. Ready for the last one?
Oh yes.
Let's do it. People, I can't wait for this lockdown to finish for me to go out to dance. You know?
Yeah, and dance and
that's yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully soon. Right. What did you think was the most challenging part of being a kid?
There were times where the world just seemed a really kind of scary place. You know, growing up as a gay kid, and I kind of came out like 20 years ago, something like that. So it's quite different, and the world wasn't. Now I look back at it, it wasn't a scary place. You know, I had a really good childhood, and I was always safe and cared for and loved. But it kind of felt scary, you know, like bullies in the playground, those kind of things. I think that was, and then of course you don't always believe in yourself when you're in that, because you've got so many people that for some reason are saying really crap stuff about you. So I think that was the most challenging.
Did you have support of your family at the time?
Yeah, but I guess, you know, I'm quite a private person. So I guess I didn't ever really come home and bare all and say, this is happening and this is happening. I probably tried to deal with quite a lot on my own, but the support and the love, yeah, it's like what it was there. Yeah.
How old were you at the time when you came out to your family?
When I came out,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I was talking much younger then, when I was kind of like in school and things, but I was about 20 when I came out.
Okay, cool. Right, Paul, it's not the end yet. Okay, let's play now the quick thinking game. Okay, so I'm going to give away some words, and you just tell me one word that comes to your mind. Ready?
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
Let's start with religion.
Complicated.
Politics.
Divisive.
Love.
Special.
Money.
Nice.
Family.
Love.
Sex.
Amazing.
Fear.
Misunderstood.
Good one. Friendship.
Sacred.
Regrets.
Not one word, but wake up call.
Okay. Desire.
Animalistic.
Success.
Happiness.
Wish.
Adventurous.
Okay. And if I tell you coaching, one word.
Privilege.
And the last one, Birmingham.
Fun.
Fun. Okay. Now let's pretend now I'm going to meet the two friends you mentioned about that you're always laughing about everything, and I'm going to ask them. Just tell me the most beautiful thing, in their opinion, about you that they learned from you, and something that they think that you need to improve on. What do you think they would tell me?
Good question. I'll call them after this and see what they say. I think that they would say something about joy. You know, a couple of people have said it to me over the last few years about like, you know, when I'm around you, it's joyous, you know, and I'm like, oh, wow, I didn't know I did that. I love that. I know what they might say about maybe something I need to improve, which is stop trying to do everything on your own. You know, if you're having a bit of a difficult moment, pick up the phone or text, but don't feel that you have to try and do it all on your own.
Very good point. Very interesting. Okay, Paul, now it's your turn now. Let's play now Paul and the Magic Box, and you can ask me a question. Right, you can ask me a question now.
Okay, So my question is, let's kind of imagine it's about another year, so 2022 maybe. So you keep doing this work and you've had loads of success. What do you want to be known for, or what difference do you want your work to make?
I'll tell you something now. Very good question. Wow, very good question. Love the question. I think that I would like to people who participate on the show and people who will be watching the show. I would like them to think about that. For some reason, I just left something positive in their lives. I think that I would like the people who watch the show or people who participate in the show, I'd like them to, for some reason or another, when they watch any interview of the show, they can connect with people that participate, people they can connect, and somehow they got something positive about the show, about the experience. And I think that's the whole point of the show. I think if someone comes up to me like anytime and tell me, oh my God, William, I just, for some reason, I connect with your guests through that show, or it would make my day, it would make my whole entire day, because I think the whole idea of the show is just people to connect with each other, just people to put themselves on the show, and just for them to see that you're not alone. I'm sure I would like people to watch those interviews and they go like, oh my God, if they see something different, they can connect with other people. They go, okay, I'm not alone. I can see that this person went through a situation. And I'll tell you something now, Paul. I was doing some interviews. I think it was November last year, end of October. And actually, the interview who's going live tonight is going at this. It's someone called Harvey. He's Harley. He's from Australia, from Melbourne. And so when I invited him online, like the same way I invited you as well, and so I started the interview, and actually, there's a very good point. He said to me, William, he started saying he was married. He's a gay guy. He was married for, I think, when he was 16 or 17 when he got married for a girl, and they have 3 kids now. And now he's just came out now, like not long ago, and his life changed differently, everything changed about his life. And he told me that he watched the interview on the show, and there was someone at the same way that wasn't the same experience, was like a dad or anything, but he was going through the same situation he was going through at the time, like with dealing with situation about being gay, because he couldn't accept himself of being gay. Like he went through a few years in his life regarding that, because he wasn't accepted being gay, and that's why he got married and everything. It's a beautiful story. And he told me, William, I watched your interview with someone from America. He's already released as well. And he talks about as well, he was struggling himself. He's a head teacher in America. I think he was, oh my God, so many people know, but I think he's from Michigan or from Florida. I don't remember, but he's a head teacher. And he said to me, William, for a few years in my life, I was blaming myself. I couldn't accept myself being gay, and I went through a lot of in my life because of that. And now I'm in a different place right now. And this person, can you imagine in Australia? He said to me, William, I watched the interview, and I loved the interview because I could see myself in his shoes. Can you imagine how powerful he is? So I've got goosebumps now. Look, talking about goosebumps.
I love it.
You see how amazing it is. I love your question, because that's the whole idea of the show. It's just people to connect with other people as well. It's just people to see that they're not alone. There are always people like in another part of the planet with this, going through the same situation or went through the same situation, and it's just nice to connect with other people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. I love that, and I think especially at the moment, because I think a lot of people feel so trapped at the moment through the pandemic, and you know, if people are in really, if they're in dangerous situations or less fortunate situations, then that's got to be even tougher if you're in the same house every day. So I think if people can connect, or even just know that there are other people out there, you know, you're not completely on your own, and people get through tough times. I think that's amazing.
Absolutely. And if you watch the interview tonight, he's gonna talk about it, about his struggle in his life, about being, being gay. And now he's very, you know what I mean? I'm not like, he's very, you can see how free he is. He's very free about the way he's a totally different person, And he was telling me the way he talks, it's just fascinating. I just was in the interview with him. I was like, oh my God, how amazing. I could see how thrilled he was. And he loved his children as well. He's a proper dad, but the same way as well, he's a totally different person right now. And he told me, when I watched the interview, interview, I just could see how amazing these people. I could see that, you know, that other people on the part of the planet as well going through the same situation he went through in the past. And he's very brave. I found him very brave because it's not easy for you to, you know, imagine he was going through a few years in his life, think that he was feeling guilty for being gay. He was, you know, he could understand himself. In the same time, he was not married. Can you imagine how sad some people, a lot of people, they're in the same situation, you know what I mean? Because of religion, because of society, because of family, they don't come out. They just live a different life, being sad, being frustrated, being, you know what I mean? There are so many people out there like that.
Yeah, and when you think like you just get one chance to do this, you've just got one shot at doing it. And if you can't be yourself, and if you can't kind of reach your own potential, that's hard.
It's hard, but you can see how free he is now. He's in a totally different place. He's from Melbourne, and it's going to be tonight, his interview. And
I'll watch it.
he talks about it. He talks about that, and but he wants to help people in the future that he went through the same tough situation as he went. Can you imagine how amazing? He's doing a good job right now. He's just like, he's not in a better place. A lovely interview. I really enjoyed it. It was nice. Thanks for the question. Thanks for the question. Beautiful question.
Oh, cool.
Paul, did you have a good time?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I really liked it.
I'll tell you something now. Very nice. It was nice to connect with you. You're such a approaching. I would find myself in a very approaching person. You're the kind of person that I would see in the streets. I would feel approachable to come and talk to you about anything because you have this personality. Yeah, you have, as soon as I put the camera on, I could see like straight away, like, oh my God, this one is a kind of person that you just can see how approachable you are. And I think it's a compliment because people sometimes, you know, I don't think you want to be like that. It's in yourself. Do you know what I mean? People, it's like a gift when people are like that, and I think you are in the right career because you are a coach, and I think when you're approachable, it makes things even more easier. You know, to be people to open up and talk about things with you. That's for sure.
Thank you. I love that. Thank you.
You're welcome. Good. And yes, so just before you go, if you don't mind to share a positive quote or a positive message, something that inspires your life.
Yeah, I'm going to share a quote from the program that I mentioned earlier. So make sure you go and watch it. Make sure you watch it.
I will.
So, and this is like a program that I watched a million years ago. But the two characters are talking, and one is really scared to do something. And the other character says, and let me try and get this right. She says, when you take a chance in life, sometimes good things happen and sometimes bad things happen. But if you don't take a chance, nothing happens. All right, okay, all right. When I think, oh, shall I do it? It seems a bit scary, you know, like, okay, I'm gonna take a chance.
It's again about oops, or then if.
Yeah.
I love that.
Exactly.
Okay, right.
Okay, yeah, good
right,
stuff.
I can't wait to come to Birmingham next time just to meet you for a coffee or something.
Nice. Or vice versa. I need to get down to London again.
Yeah, come to London, give me a shout. We are connected now. Now you cannot get away from me, okay? You are connected now. That's it. All the best, okay? Thanks for the interview.
Cheers. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.
So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you would like to be part of the show as well, first subscribe to our channel, and after that just go to our website www.williamandthemagicbox.com and send us a request saying why would you like to be part of the show, and I see you there. Bye bye, see you next time.